Hello everyone and thanks for joining us. This is AMECO Haber English Service and you're watching our daily updates. I'm Gail Hadamu. Stay with us. According to Government Communication Service, the humanitarian aid delivery and reconstruction activities in Tigray region have gained momentum following the Pretoria Peace Agreement, Abebe Brhane reports.
Briefing the media on Saturday, Government Communication Service State Minister Salamawit Kasa said the government has been working in its capacity to implement the agreement with full commitment. She added that humanitarian aid has been delivered via Amhara Bala, Gondar Maitsebri Shire and Kombolcha Qobo Alamata corridors via road transport. According to her, unfettered humanitarian aid has been delivered in all corridors. The state minister revealed up until December 14, more than 93,000 metric tons of food and nutrition have been delivered. Also, over 8,000 tons of non-food items were delivered into Tigray. Furthermore, Salamawit said 78.7 million birr worth medicines were sent by the government and 158 metric tons of medicines by partners dispatched to the region via road and air transport. Irwad learned that about 29 partners have been participating in this humanitarian aid delivery, with 2,628 vehicles transporting aid via the three corridors. With regard to fuel, over 833,000 liters have been transported to the region. In addition, birr 588 million was sent for program implementation and operational cost. Moreover, the government is also engaged in reconstruction activities in areas severely affected by the war. According to the state minister, the repairing and check-up work of about 85% of electric transmission lines that were damaged by the war has been completed. As a result, the regional capital Mekelle, which was cut off from the national power grid due to the conflict, has been reconnected. Telecom service has also resumed in about 65 stations in the region. In connection with banking service, Salamawit stated that network installations that enable banking service to resume in 8 cities, including Shire, Aksum and Adwa, has been completed.
Universities in Amhara region launched a $122,000 project in collaborating with U.S. Embassy. The project aimed at empowering female entrepreneurs in selected corridors. Brahanwork Anatiel Sasmore.
Ethiopian universities are collaborating with foreign universities to alleviate societal problems across the nation. Among these universities, Bahar Dar, Debre Marcos, Enjabara, Indiana University and Ivy Tech Community College, in partnership with U.S. Embassy, has launched a $122,000 project called Lifting Up Young Female Entrepreneurs in Bahar Dar Debre Marcos corridor. Representative of Indiana University and Associate President for International Research and Development, Dr. Tashome Zangao, said the project has great aspiration to develop the capacity of women.
And I think there is a common understanding that educating a woman is educating a family, a community, a village. And the impact is really significant. So this project will really have that aspiration to change lives in the community through developing capacities of women. And I'm really happy that I am part of this project, which has a lot of promise for the corridor, but also to be an example for the nation.
On the occasion, President of Debre Marcos University, Dr. Tafara Melaku, said Debre Marcos University is committed to implement the project.
And as we did in the pilot project, we are very committed, the management of Debre Marcos University is very committed to make the project very successful, and hopefully we will achieve great achievements.
Participant of the launching ceremony and Assistant Cultural Affairs Officer of U.S. Embassy in Addis Ababa, Stuart Davis, said economic empowerment of women is the focus and the mission of U.S. Embassy in Ethiopia.
Young women and female entrepreneurs Economic empowerment is a major focus of the U.S. Embassy and the mission here in Ethiopia, and a very long-standing and important point of cooperation and collaboration between our partners here. As you mentioned, we're here at Bahir Dar University, and among that university and other partners here, for example, Deborah Marcos and others, we look to collaborate and to develop a program for women entrepreneurs in the coming year.
Representing Amhara University, Dr. Gardacho Worko on his part said the university is working to alleviate unemployment by drafting a strategic plan to achieve university's strategic objectives.
Amhara University has already identified entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship development as one of its priorities for the coming 5 years. And already we have developed a strategic plan to play the role that Amhara University can play in alleviating the problem of youth unemployment. So this project is an additional effort to Amhara University to realize its strategic objectives.
Representative and Director of Entrepreneur Development and Incubation Center at Bahir Dar University, Zawdu Laka said, institutions, either private or government, working in the nation are not addressing the issue of entrepreneurship development. He further said the increasing population and unemployment are great challenges.
The universities or different training centers, including technical colleges and the private business consultants and other training centers, are not well addressing the issue of entrepreneurship in providing entrepreneur competencies and traits and entrepreneur behavior for youth is a challenge. On the other hand, the increasing population and the increasing unemployment rate, especially for youth, and it's greater for female youth in Ethiopia, particularly for this region, is very high.
Stuart Davies further stated the project has focused on young women to help them develop entrepreneurship skills and their capacity.
This LIFE organization or program is just for specifically young women. We're focusing on 100 young women, graduates from these universities, to help them develop entrepreneurial skills and all sorts of market capacity to bring their ideas, their creativity, their ambition, etc., and help it change their lives, address the unemployment issue here, and transform their whole communities.
Bahir Dar University, in collaboration with Transport and Logistics Ministry and IGAD, held 3 days workshop on National Blue Economy Strategy of Ethiopia in Bahir Dar. Modomuliye reports.
The economic mainstay of the IGAD region is agriculture and aquatic resources.
Harnessing the potential of oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, and other water bodies is the ultimate objective of IGAD's regional blue economy project. Endowed with immense aquatic potential, Ethiopia is targeted as one of the region's blue economy destination. Concerned stakeholders held a 3-day workshop in Bahir Dar city on the validation of the national blue economy strategy of Ethiopia. Chief Administrator of the Amhara region, Dr. Yilqal Kafale, Minister of Transport and Logistics, Dagmawit Moges, Minister of Tourism, Ambassador Nasise Chali, Representative of IGAD Secretary General, Dahir Elmi, and other dignitaries took part in the workshop and addressed keynote speech. Representing IGAD Secretary General, Dahir Elmi made a remark that Ethiopia has a huge aquatic potential to apply the new blue economy approach. He added that IGAD will sustain its multifaceted support for member states like Ethiopia to enhance their blue economy strategies.
So I want to stress really that the blue economy is one of the priorities of IGAD, and it is reflected well in the new IGAD Regional Corporate Strategy 2021-2025. I would like to assure you that IGAD is committed to provide all the necessary support for sustainable utilization of the blue economy potentials for the socio-economic development of the region.
In an exclusive interview with Amhara Media Corporation, IGAD Secretariat staff in Djibouti, Dr. Wasi Antana said, a very successful discussion was held on the validation of Ethiopia's blue economy strategy in the presence of all concerned bodies.
All high protocols are there, all decision makers are there, development partners are there, all stakeholders are there. So it's huge success, I can say. And I'm sure that Ethiopia will be also in the forefront in implementing the strategy and getting the blue economy benefits.
Dr. Wase elaborated what the new blue economy approach focuses on. He said that blue economy is about harnessing the water potential for socio-economic development without harming the natural ecosystem.
Blue economy, since it's a new concept, as IGAD, we are trying to promote blue economy. When we say blue economy in general, it's an economic development as well as social development, in general human development, without compromising the environment. And the environment, when we say it, is aquatic environment in general. Maybe freshwater bodies like Lake Tana here, maybe big rivers we have, maybe the big oceans, the seas, and so on, even the underground water. So we have huge resources in these water bodies, and blue economy tries to utilize these huge resources sustainably without damaging the environment.
Minister of Transport and Logistics Dagmawit Mogus appreciated IGAD and other stakeholders who have been efforting for the development of Ethiopia's national blue economy strategy.
I would like to express my deepest appreciation to IGAD and experts from all line ministries who have been working day and night to the development of this important national strategy to define the concept of blue economy beyond oceans, seas, and coastal areas to include inland water bodies such as rivers, lakes, and wetlands, bringing our land-linked country on board to harness the benefit of these resources.
The National Blue Economy Strategy of Ethiopia is planned to be implemented within the time frame from 2023 to 2027.
Minister of Planning and Development Fizum Asafa said, as it is really important to respond to Ethiopia's conflict and climate-induced impacts, it is also equally important to address structural challenges that cause them. Abebe Burhani presents the story.
The minister made the remark during the United Nations Development Programme Annual Development Conference held in Addis Ababa on December 17 under the theme Ethiopia 2030, a country transformed, options for the next generation of reforms. The minister recalled that Ethiopia has faced multiple challenges since it started wide-ranging political, justice, security and economic reforms with the aim to transform the country into growing democracy and the state-led economy into private-led growth and development.
Equally important was addressing the structural challenge that caused be it conflict or drought, but that didn't happen in most of our, reform milestones that we hoped to achieve really didn't happen. So, the finance was also one of the shock that could be mentioned among the others. These shocks have led to slowing growth, as you know, in development.
The minister noted that Ethiopia faced conflict a year into implementing the homegrown economic reform launched in 2019 and the external development support decreased, shifting the focus on conflict-affected and climate-induced impacts. The homegrown economic reform was launched with three broad areas of reform, namely restoring macroeconomic and financial stability, addressing structural bottlenecks and sectoral changes, and identifying 5 great potential sectors: agriculture, manufacturing, mining, ICT and tourism, to achieve economic transformation and growth. United Nations Development Programme Resident Representative Turan Saleh on the occasion said that the partnership with Ethiopia during the challenges has focused on responding to crucial events related to survival that are different from the development of the country. The United Nations Development Programme representative stressed that development is not the same thing as survival if left unchecked.
We want to go beyond the focus on survival. We are here to forge a community that believes the best of Ethiopia still lies ahead of us. And we can't wait collectively to come together to deliberate upon, debate, and discuss how we could help Ethiopia get there.
UN resident Catherine Sozi said the country has been facing multiple challenges, including conflict, COVID-19 and climate change consequences, and the humanitarian caseloads have been growing from year to year for many years. She noted that the UN family is here in Ethiopia to support the UN Agenda 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals. Achieving this agenda has been facing challenges in every country in the world.
Especially urgent here because we are at a critical junction as Ethiopia seeks to look ahead to peace, recovery, and reducing the people's humanitarian needs and vulnerabilities.
She added it is crucial to reflect on the challenges and support Ethiopia accelerate the government's 10-year development plan, which is clearly aligned with the UN 2030 and AU 2063 agendas.
Ministries of Finance, Revenue, Planning and Development are discussing with regional planning and revenue bureaus in Arba Minch town. The governor of the National Bank of Ethiopia, Yinagar Dese, explained about the Movable Property Security Right Proclamation. He stated that banks operating in Ethiopia have provided loan to about 330,000 persons, while microfinance institutions have provided over 6 million citizens. According to the governor, the number of people benefiting credit is low, mainly due to the fact that there was no legal framework that allowed movable property to be used as security. Hence, Inagar pointed out that preparations are finalized to implement the Movable Property Security Right Proclamation. He emphasized that pastoralists and farmers will be able to get credit services by using their animals and land right as security. Watching AMECO Haber English service, and now let's proceed to news beyond borders. South Africa's national carrier resumed flights between Johannesburg and Zimbabwe's Victoria Falls this week after nearly 3 years. The South African Airways suspended flights on the route in March 2020 in efforts to contain the spread of COVID-19. The decision was also attributed partly to financial challenges. The first arrival of South African Airways aircraft landed at the Victoria Falls International Airport on Thursday, December 15. South Africa Airways also resumed flights to Harare in September 2021, as CGTN Africa reported. Nigerian local Premium Times reported that 20 people are suspected to have died of cholera in southern Nigeria's Cross River states. The permanent secretary at the Cross River Ministry of Health, Iwara confirmed the cholera outbreak but did not issue an official number of resulting deaths. A village head, however, said up to 20 people may have died of the deadly disease. Premium Times quotes the unnamed village head as at Saturday, more than 20 persons have died because of suspected cholera across the 10 villages. According to reports, Borno State recorded some 5,000 cases with 178 associated deaths across 30 local government areas, as CGTN Africa reported. Libya Song Festival returns after nearly 18 years. Dozens of participants took part in the 5th edition of the Libya Song Festival that ended on Saturday in the Libyan capital, Tripoli. Andonesinia presents African News Reports.
The event is the first to take place since 2004. Recent attempts to revive the initiative were not successful due to the fragility of the security situation. Sami Muhammad, Libyan artist painting in the festival, said The Festival of Libyan Song is about Libyan lyrics, tunes and rhythms, and of course Libyan voices. It is not new to Libyans. It had previous editions, maybe 4 before this 5th one, after a break of 18 years because of the conditions and crisis in our country. But now they are saying that they have come back with new voices, with a new approach regarding the lyrics and the tunes. The festival featured newcomers as well as guest appearances by established artists. Member of the festival committee, Walid Jider, added 82 participants applied to the festival. 8 were rejected for not complying with the festival's application conditions. The organizing committee submitted 74 applications to the technical committee that worked on it for 10 days and succeeded in selecting 20 participants for the official competition. The festival's winners received financial prizes, the largest in the history of the festival. The first prize was 60,000 Libyan dinars, about $6,000.
This is AMECO Haber English Service, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate. That's all the news we have for today. I'm Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the rest of our programs.